Hey YouTube, coming out to the viewer submitted from Nerf Rampedos, who submits a lot, and it says, I think he just uses this because he wants me to struggle through, but looking at your comments, bibarel breaks Clodsire Gator in all even. This team is very weak to Mudslap and Electric. However, generally bibarel might force some team adjustments, but it's not overwhelmingly strong neutrally. Yeah, so... Well, Diggersby can kind of deal with the grounds because you have quick attack, scorching sand. So I'm not worried about the grounds. You are double weak to electric that we just have to kind of stay in with toxapex. But let's take a look at it. I don't think there's gonna be a ton of electric. If you watch my, I don't know when that team's going out. Maybe this morning. No, I don't know. Tomorrow morning. I've got like an electric. There's only 2 electric Pokemon you should be using. Anyways. Back to the battles. We got bibarel against Whiscash, which is a good matchup. They eventually get into their Toxapex. Going to throw a Hyper Fang. We know that these are... I am whelmed when I use them. To steal the internet joke. Because there's just not... These are just not hard hitting enough to really cause any problems. Here comes a second Hyper Fang. And with the rollout, still not able to take Toxapex out, just fully farms down. But you're going to get a mirror match here, so you can just take these Sludge Waves. And they decide to even go worse and just go Brine instead of the Sludge Wave, which they should definitely just go Sludge Wave. Way better damage move. Both are resisted. So you're just going to commit to the farm down, which makes sense. You need some moves to come out for the Whiscash. Yeah, Whiscash is tough for the Diggersby as well, so probably just going to stand here and throw some brines, even though it's not a good move. You can get some chip with these. I'd go one more and throw the brine, and then... See, I would have thrown the brine to grab that last shield and then go into Diggersby. They eventually get into Marowak, which is kind of an interesting one. They're weak to ground, but they resist the quick attack. So we're going to shield up the first one. You also resist Shadow Bone, so it's not like I need to worry about that. It's just going to be Bone Club. So we're going to let the first one go. These Fire Spins are neutral. I know you're more worried about the Whiscash, but these Bone Clubs and Fire Spins will start adding up soon that you might need to start shielding here. So here comes the second Scorching Sands. Going to grab a shield. Going to snipe here with the Brine. Yep, exactly. Going to snipe with the Brine here. Will not take out because it's such a bad move, probably. Not even close. Oh my god, that's such a bad move. They come in Whiscash. That's fine. 2 shield Diggersby is your win con here. So they get the mud off. And probably going to get the farm down here before you get to move. Nope, get to a brine. So that's nice. This will be nice to take out or chip. Do they have shields left? They do not. So easy takeout. And then a 2 shield here can just easily just shield the Bone Club, which they're not going to throw because they need to farm down. There's no point in throwing a move when your opponent has 2 shields. So Scorching Sands for the win. Toxapex into Primeape. So that's a good lead. Counter resisted or Karate Chop resisted. So they'll get out into Morpeko. So you should be going into Diggersby. Yeah. So getting some chip damage with the poison jabs and then coming in on the Diggersby to just absorb it. They're going to go obviously Psychic Fangs here first. And now you have a decision to make. Do you want to shield this next Dark Aura Wheel or are you going to let this go? Yeah, I'm going to shield it because they're going to switch back to the electric, which means they have no move to throw for you there. So you can just kind of easily take this next move too. Just going a ton of quick attacks. Going Scorching Sands to try and take them out. They've already grabbed the shield, so maybe they'll just let this go. No, they decide to shield. It's kind of a weird one because they can only go Psychic Fangs again, and then by that time you can get to Fire Punch. And I think Fire Punch buffed is all you need on this thing. Like, I would just be throwing Fire Punch here. Yeah, I probably would have thrown Fire Punch the first time around too. This thing is really glassy, and this thing is buffed, right? Fire Punch is buffed. So take it out. Out comes a Primeape. You're still going to get to a Scorching Sands. If it's a Rage Fist, that's resisted. If it's a close combat, so be it. It is a Rage Fist, so that is resisted on the normal typing. Getting off of Scorching Sands. This, if it doesn't one-shot... Wow, not even close, actually. I forgot Diggersby's so defensive heavy and not good. So not good at an attack. It's a great Pokemon, but not just a good attacker. So going to take a Rage Fist here. That's their second. And then they get out into Dugong and then just absolutely punished here with bibarel. Rollout super effective. Hyper Fang is still neutral. This will probably do like 50% if that. Yeah, so it gets into the yellow. They'll probably just do Drill Run. It'd be weird just to throw resisted. And Drill Run still does like 45% there. So yes, it's a nice matchup. And you'll take it out here. No, they're going to shield because they're going to get to another move and force a shield back or take you out. And both simultaneously swap, which means you come out with move. A couple people in the comments, because I've said that bibarel is just a worse stun sparse, and people just didn't like that comparison because of they play different roles. So I can understand from that standpoint, but like I don't care what other. It's overrated, guys. I'm sorry. It's not overrated. I think PV Poke has it accurate. I think PV Poke has it accurate in the 100. I just think all the other content creators being like, this thing's gonna be a core breaker and stuff like that. And don't get me wrong, like, I do think it core breaks, right? Because you are a water typing, so you can deal with your Clodsires and Diggersby. You're normal typing, so you can deal with some like ghosts and stuff like that. So it's got some nice typings to deal with some of the meta. It's just oh, I don't like this. Oh, I guess they're both. You have no move for this thing. They're Hexa resisted, but so is your Surf and Hyper Fang. And yours, yeah, relying on the neutral rollouts here. So take out the Jellicent. Out comes a Ferrothorn. Again, both moves are resisted, so just going for the Surf. And they shield. So going Diggersby, although Grass is super effective, at least you have a double super effective buffed Ice Punch here. So they try to instant swap and catch you off guard, but you catch on the toxapex. Taking a fly, which does hurt. Delayed CMP, so this brine will go off. Let's see if they decide to shield. They're probably going to try and take this as the win con, but that's going to be tough against a water Pokemon that already has a bunch of energy. So here comes the second brine. They let it go, and at this point you can let it go and just come Diggersby and get a couple quick attacks through if you want. And they don't even take you out with Fly, so you still live that. You have a 2 shield advantage. Instant swap Diggersby. Obviously shield. This thing's definitely going to be 2 Fire Punch range. So double weak to fire. It is a non-stab Fire Punch from Diggersby. So even though it's double super effective, it probably just puts it in the red. Not even in the yellow here, but back to back here, easy win. Early days. This is why I'll do a couple more battles and then I'll talk about the clickbait, and some of you were making fun of it in the Discord. Okay, wing attack. That seemed very fast, so this just seems like a weather ball. And it is, and that is resisted, so we don't need to worry about that. Going to get off to Sludge Wave just in case you don't really want to play the Hurricane bait game next time around. And then instant swap. Do you need to swap there? Yeah, now I guess you are double weak to fighter in the back, and out comes a fighter. Yeah, I guess you are double normal in the back, so you draw out a Primeape. Again, Rage Fist is resisted, so if it's Rage Fist, we'll live this and get off a Surf, which is nice. Good, this will be good chip, or grab the second shield, and then Toxapex can come and deal with it. And they grab the second shield. Interesting. So they'll have at least one Rage Fist here, probably close to a second. So I let the first one go and get ready to shield up the second immediately. And there is the first, and here comes the second. Oh, I'd be shielding this up. What are you doing? Now you're going to let your Diggersby go against this? Boosted? Okay. That's a Rage Fist, so it's resisted. But there comes 3 times boosted. And now they're at a mother move, so you have to... Why didn't you shield the Toxapex? So shielding up that close combat. You have a ton of energy, and they have no shields. But they got double fighter in the back. So you're going to need 2 Scorching Sands here and maybe not even be able to take this out. You lost it when you didn't shield the toxapex. What are you doing? My man. This thing double shielded to be loaded with energy. You can easily let the first one go and then shield up the second one. And then you let the second one go too. It was already 2 times boosted at that point. Ooh, crap, an electric lead. So yeah, you kind of have to stay in here. Now it's a bait game. Because if they throw first... Oh, make a catch on a Diggersby. Hopefully they don't bait. Nope, they do throw a wild charge, so you catch on ground. But now obviously they're going to have an answer for ground. Right? And this is where this play gets really... I mean, nice catch, but this is where the play gets really risky now. Of course they're going to have an answer for ground. Probably 2 answers, honestly. Because you're not going to run an electric Pokemon in this meta without 2 answers to the ground that is dominating this meta. So get hit by the Moltres here. And I mean, you are chipping with these Fire Punches. And now trying and snipe just to take a move here. I mean, I guess this thing is just basically a sacrifice anyways. But now you get sniped with this, and you're down a shield, and Diggersby's gone, and now you have bibarel. They do wild charge, so that's kind of nice. But, I mean, these rolls are adding up. But here comes probably another wild charge, so you need to shield this. And now you're down 2 shields. And they bait you. Can they get to another move? No, they can't. Maybe they have double flyer and you get away with this, but no, it's a ground type Pokemon. So rollout resisted. Surfs are going to chip a little bit, but they also have 2 shields. And they make a catch on the Moltres. So really rough for you. You do still have a Diggersby as an option here, but at this point they can just commit to the farm down if they want and come out with some energy here. Yeah, double shielding. Try to come in to snipe, but they've got a ton of energy. So Earth Power take out from here if they throw it. No, they decide to get cute and just go Body Slam. Not enough to take out. We'll get to the Scorching Sands here, which, again, Gastrodon's pretty tanky, so it lives. They should have a move coming out here, and it's top left. Yeah, so you can't... With these ABA-style teams, so you got to... The team comp's weird. In the fact that you're double weak to electric on the front, toxapex and bibarel, and then you're double weak to fighting in the back. So these double weaknesses really cause you problems, and this is on full display against this Electivire lead. You can't give up. You can't get into a ground Pokemon. Yes, you caught a wild charge, as my brother used to say. It's gonna be mean, but in hockey here, I don't know if anyone watches hockey. When someone scores a goal, the red light goes off, and it's kind of like a So my brother always used to do a sarcastic fa fa fa, as like that's the hockey goal noise, like you scored, big whoop. So that's kind of what I feel like here. Like it felt like a fa fa fa, like you caught a Scorching Sands, you caught a wild charge on your ground, just to get hit with an obvious answer in the back, and now have 2 Pokemon weak to electric, still with an electric Pokemon in play. Like you can't do that. Of course you're going to lose that matchup. You need to play out the Toxapex lead against their going Diggersby here. Don't take a move. Going to Diggersby. You have to play out that Electivire lead, and you're bulky enough that like they were slow, right? They didn't want to throw the wild charge right away, so you could like poison jabs were everything up. Even Brine's a garbage move. Throw the Brine because they were holding back on the wild charges, so throw the Brine, get some chip, and then comes Diggersby and try and work it out in the back there. But you can't sacrifice your only answer to it when of course they're gonna have an answer to it. Anyways, a little slow getting into Diggersby, which means they have energy. They chipped your Toxapex. For Alligator back in here, can we get to the Scorching Sands? We can. This will be a nice chip. They can live, and they'll probably let this go and just farm up a little bit. Ooh, get the attack fall as well. That's nice. Hydra will take you out, but that's fine. We got a Toxapex that's going to kill this, so we'll see what's in the back after we come back in here. What's in the back? It is a Drifblim, so this is a top left for them. Yeah, and that's exactly what happens. That was just a hard counter team. Okay, Superior, good lead. They come in with a Marowak. Going to hit them with a... And this is the only problem with bibarel. This is also my problem I have. People are like, this is a core breaker to like Clodsire. Because you can throw Surf. Yes, but rollout is resisted. And we're seeing this play out right here in the Marowak lead, where looks like if in the 0-1, if they shield, they can flip switch here. And they may. Yeah, because they want to just flip switch. And no, I'm not wrong about this. Everyone else is wrong about this. This is why I do Beyond the Hype. This thing, I think, is accurately ranked at like 100. You just saw in the 0-1, bibarel just lose to a Marowak because rollout is resisted. It's the same thing with like Clodsire. Rollout is resisted. Yes, you can throw super effective Surfs, but it takes 12 turns to get to there on the first one. 9 on second is pretty quick. And rollout is resisted. And they're doing generally neutral to you with their moves because you're normal water typing. So we lost switch here. We lost switch and they give up. Sorry, I was just like reaming everyone out and we lost switch and they gave up switch anyways. Is that what just happened? Okay, that's a interesting decision to be made. So now we're at a sludge wave. Man, you go on a 30-second rant and you miss some crazy, terrible plays. Okay. Few more minutes of battles. I feel like I'm just in a ripping up mood here. What is that? Hatrine Charmer? Yes, Hatrine Charmer against a poison, and they're not even getting out. And they finally get out into Obstagoon because they are having a lot of problem against poison. If you're going to use a Charmer, you don't use a counter user in the back because obviously Charm's going to get killed by poison. Just to have a counter user is not an option here. So we're going to chip. Obviously, you're staying in here because you are double weak to fighting in the back. You can even live this move if you want. Just come out with energy. And we'll see what they come in with here. They could come in and throw resisted charms, and it is a Bastiodon. So I throw a couple Brian. Oh, yeah. Yeah, okay. Because Diggersby is the hardest answer. You don't want to come in right away with it. bibarel is enough to... Could just grab some Surfs there. Gonna let this go. Probably come in and Poison Jab, and then Brian a couple, and then Diggersby will absolutely just wall your... Yeah, you might want to throw. Yeah, these charms are getting a little too aggressive for my liking. Throw the Brian, get the Diggersby on, and then they should top left. And if they don't, I don't know what to tell you, because now they have 0 shields against a Diggersby, and they're throwing a move, which we do not even need to shield. We're really going to burn out another 30 seconds here watching this here. Yep, we sure are. Okay. So yeah, basically this is now's the perfect to finish my thought about this is why I do Beyond the Hype. Right? Is rollout a huge improvement to bibarel? Yes. Does it core break some Pokemon? Yes. Is it a top meta Pokemon? No, it has a lot of obvious flaws. And there are way better normal typings that I want to use, and there are way better water typings that I want to use. And yes, they don't have that combined combo there, but it just does not make sense to... Not that it doesn't make sense to run this Pokemon, but it just seems like there's so many better options, in my opinion. So that is it. I'm now just checking. I want to just check every other content creator in the past 2 days who have put out bibarel teams, just to see what their strategy was. Vergiverg, damn, new bibarel is broken in Open Great League. Starmie. Rise, roll out the Shadow bibarel, insane damage. Okay, at least that one's not like you must use this now. Roll out Home Slice, new rollout bibarel is vastly improved in the Great League. Sure, it is vastly improved. It's still not good. At least that's not total fake. And you tell me Yonkers didn't do one? Of course he did one on this. Where is it? He didn't. He has not done one on bibarel. Interesting. Instant. Look, I posted it on Twitter about like playing the YouTube game. I've even clickbaited you guys into like the Zoom roll for the Play Pokemon Championship. Insane 5-0 on double buffed Electivire from Yonkis and 9-game win streak from Yasser Lead. These two were number one battlers on the GBL leaderboard. Like, number one in the world. They always, Yonkis always does number one in the world team. Yonkis was number one in the world for like weeks and weeks at a time in like the early seasons of GBL. And Yasser Lead has always been a top player too. So for these guys to be like, I'm on a 5 to 9 game winning streak. It's like, you're one of the best in the world in like rank 1. You better be on a 5 to 9 game winning streak. I can get on 12 game winning streaks in rank 1. Like, what are you doing? Like, there's not something to... And I get it. It's clickbait. It's like, oh, look at these new buff Pokemon in this win streak. And it's clickbait just to try and get you to click the videos. But like, I always laugh. Now, if you go on a 15 game winning streak to get to Legend, yeah, put that 15 game winning streak into Legend there. But if you're going to put in like 5-0, 9-0... And I didn't even put A2 in Starmie, so I can't even like totally... do it, but he did it with Arcanine too. Instant 5-0 with buff Firefang Arcanine. I get it. I get the YouTube game. I can't hate them. It's just funny. It's funny to me, right? And that's why I counter it with this Beyond the Hype series. Just because again, I get it. It's a YouTube game. The most important metric. I'll just talk about YouTube for a second. I'm gonna do probably 2 other channels in the new year. It won't affect this channel. I'll still put out a shit ton of videos here. Oops, I shouldn't have swear. Sorry. I'll still put out a ton of videos here, but I'm going to do two. I'm going to do a simplified economics. So I might as well use my economics and masters to good use here. And I'm going to put out a YouTube analytics video because I think the YouTube analytics is like, it's probably a very, very niche audience, but I just find it fascinating about what's the most important number. I learned about mid-rolls, so now you are probably seeing more mid-rolls. I screwed up mid-rolls before, but now I learned how to do them properly. So I just like, I think I can explain that very well to just general people who want to know about that. Anyways, why am I talking about this? There's the single most important metric in YouTube, in my opinion, is click-through rate. And click-through rate is, if I see your video come up on my screen, do I click and go watch it? And then the next most important is, how long do I watch it for? Because those two are the biggest signals to YouTube to put it out to other people. So if you click and if someone clicks and watches your video and watches it for a good amount of time, that automatically triggers YouTube to put it out to more people. So these guys are clickbaiting. Why do people clickbait? Because it is one of the 2 most important metrics for YouTube to push your videos to non-subscribers. And that is why people clickbait. It's honestly for me less about getting views on the video for money, right? That's secondary to try to get growth. Because if you can get growth and new subscribers, those new subscribers watch your videos on regular. That is more views on your future videos. So when people clickbait, they're not clickbaiting for you to watch the current video so they get views on this video, so they get money from this video. They're clickbaiting you to make you watch the video, which pushes it out to other people so they get subscribers, which helps them grow, which helps them get more eyes on their future videos, which in turn creates a cycle. So that is why people clickbait. So I get it. I get the YouTube game. Now you know. Anyways, thanks for the recording. I guess I'll put this out. What's today? Today's Thursday. It's Thursday when I'm filming this. So I got the Arctibax coming yesterday afternoon. And then I've got this viewer submitted Sand Attack Gliscor tomorrow morning, or this morning. So this will go up Friday afternoon. And then tomorrow you will see I used an electric Pokemon. One of only 2 you should use. I'll have a full discussion on that in that video Saturday morning. So check back Saturday morning for that. I mean, check out all my videos. Click through those videos. Thank you. So check back for that. And yeah, that is it. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.